Hello students, today we are going to learn database connectivity using Python. Let's get started. So why we need database? So we want to store the data and retrieve back whenever we require. So where we are going to store the data? Some database. So using Python programming or any programming language, we can store data in database and whenever it is been required, we can take back from the database. Python supports majorly all commercial database. You name the database, Oracle, MySQL, any database commercially, it is being supported. Now we need a WAM server or XAMPP server and we can connect Python as a backend with the front-end Python database. So let's get started and we will see how we are going to use WAMP server and connect MySQL database. First, why Python? So Python is very simple and easy language and it supports all the commercial database and the syntax are very less and we can do a minimal coding and we can connect all commercial database. So Python database connectivity, so modules are required to connect the database. So you can use SQLite 3, MySQL connector and PyMySQL. What we required? We need to install the latest version of WAMP server or XAMPP. In my example, I am using WAMP server. In WAMP server, we have inbuilt Apache, MySQL and PHP. So let's get started. What we need to do is we need to install the WAMP server and we have to run WAMP server and start all the three services. So when we require to do a database connectivity, make sure that your WAMP server has started all the services. Step 2 is now after we have started the services of WAMP server, we need to open the browser and type localhost :80. 80, either you can use port number 80, it depends on your system, which port number is your system is having. And then we need to select phpMyAdmin and log in with username and password. By default, if you are installing a WAMP server, it gives you the username root and there is no password. But if you are using your personal computer and if you want to change your username, then you just remember the username so that next time whenever you will log in with the WAMP server phpMyAdmin, you need to give that username. For simplicity, I have not changed any username. The username is root and I have not given any password. Once you have opened this, you can create a database from the backend and then we see how the database has been connected using front end. Now we required Python. You can install a latest version of Python in your system. And then we required the modules. Then we need to import PyMySQL module. When we are installing Python, there are many inbuilt modules are available by default, but PyMySQL, this module you need to separately install. For that, you need to use the code pip install MySQL and then you can start all its functionality. Once you have imported PyMySQL, now you need the PyMySQL function which is connect. It has 4 arguments. Username, as I mentioned, you need to connect with your backend. The username is your root. If you are changing the username, then you have to give that username. Right now, I have not changed any username, so I am keeping it by default. Then the password, I don't have any password, so it is empty. Then the third argument is host. So my system acts as a server, so it is a local host. And DB is another argument which has the name of the database. Once you have given the all arguments its value correct, and you can check by running the code. I am going to demonstrate this particular code right now. So let's get started. So you can see the WAMP server is already installed in my system and have run all the services. You need to just click it and you can see this particular service is all running. So this green symbol indicate that all the services are running. And then you need to open the browser and you need to type localhost colon 8080 and you need to give click php my admin. Fine. So you can see here username is root and password I have not given anything. Just login. Fine. So this is the backend which I have been connected, and now you need to create a database. So here the database I am just going to click and I am going to give demo database as my database name and I have just clicked the create. So as you can see, this demo database has been created. Fine. Now I need to open my Python IDLE software. So this is IDLE Python software and I go to interactive mode. Now I need to type import py my SQL. So this is a module which has all the functionality to connect your backend and front end. Then a variable db on the left side which indicates any user defined variable name, but it will hold the connection. So for simplicity I have given db. Then you have to use the module py_mysql dot connect and give the parameters. So username is root, password I don't have any password, so just to give empty password, host localhost and the name of the database which I have just given demo database and print. If this particular code run correctly, it will give you the message database connected successfully. Let's run this code. Click on run module. It will ask you to save the file first. So you can save the file demo db1.py. Any name you can use, but the extension with .py. Save. Yes. So I'm just going to give here desktop, new folder. In any folder you can save. I'm giving here in this folder .py. Save this file. Okay, so user. So here we have to give just an user, not username. Run module. So you can see database connected successfully. So that's it. To connect the database from front end to back end using Python, I have used WAMP server and then Python and module py_mysql, and these are my parameters. So I've just changed there. It's not user name, it is user. Thank you.